Hello Leos, welcome to your monthly tarot reading. This is going to cover mostly the retrograde season which we are heading into, and from mid-May to mid-June. This is going to cover the overlapping reading it is. So first I would like to give you the energy update, a little bit of it, and then we will head to your reading. So the first retrograde of the year started when Pluto went in retrograde on April 27th. It will stay in retrograde until October 6th. This is going to be providing us the ability to renew ourselves. This is a time for renewal, gaining back our powers, transformation, and choosing our battles very wisely, because if we choose so that we should not be wasting our time, our precious time and energy on unnecessary things and unnecessary matters, situations and relationships. So this is all Pluto's lesson is going to be. Next is Saturn is going into retrograde on May 23rd and until October 10th. This is going to be providing us the success, authority, commitment, major karmic release and finishing of karmic cycles. Both relationships, connections and situations will be taking place. Major shift in world dynamics of authority and service will be seen. So everything you have been putting seeds to or off, or you have been planting seeds for or efforting for in this lifetime or in previous lifetimes, this is now going to be the payback time. So Saturn will be providing the payback. Whoever has done good will receive good and abundance, and whoever has done bad, oh boy, they're gonna get, Saturn is gonna give them some nasty, because I would say they deserve it, right? Next is this is going to be for on the collective level, and we are already seeing the effect because we are in the Saturn retrograde shadow period already, that the world is standing up for justice, for peace, for love to prevail, and that's amazing. And the final push the Saturn retrograde will provide. Next is Mercury. It is going in retrograde on May 29th until June 22nd. So the communications, thoughts and perspective will be in limelight. All the thoughts which are disturbing us, all the communication that we are keeping suppressed, it will be coming on the surface. That's how it is always the time when mostly rifts takes place, and troubled and hard talks happen, even with especially with our own self. And this is all going to happen so that we can regain the fresher perspective on life, that what do we really want and how do we express our truth. Also, this will be supporting some relocations. Emotional and mental release, purging and freeing is to be expected, and since this is a year of Mercury, so the impact will be 10 times or maybe 100 times. We really can't say with the planets. So let's see how impactful this Mercury retrograde will be. But if you are already aligned and you already speak and live your truth, and you express it very politely to everyone, and you know how to set the healthy boundaries, like you have done your work, then this Mercury retrograde won't affect you that much. Otherwise, it could be a bit challenging and intense. And all for good, of course. The retrogrades are not the difficult times, they are the difficult lessons. So they are the times when we need to do we need to declutter our mind, body, home and heart space. So we may only stay with what truly matters to us and what is important to us and what is helping and supporting into our growth. So that is that. Next is lunar eclipse in Scorpio, which is going to happen on May 26th with the super full moon. So this is going to be third super full moon in the series of 4 super full moons, and it will bring a major impact on all the transformation, payback and reforming communication and expression of truth and justice, because this is Scorpio is the house of death and rebirth. So the whole humanity will feel the, we have gone, we will face the whole death and rebirth one more time, but this time around this will be quite conclusive. This major transformations individually and as a collective is to be expected, and trust me, we are expanding and we are getting united, and as a collective we are learning our rights, we are learning to speak our truth, we are learning to raise our voice for justice, for peace. So just do your bit, keep doing your bit. So now let's see what is the mantra that you should be chanting during this retrograde to increase your vibration and to align yourself with the cosmic abundance and cosmic intelligence. Okay, so the mantra came up is Ram Ram Ram. It says, everything I desire is within me. It's a Sanskrit mantra. I repeat it, Ram Ram Ram. Everything I desire is within me. So either say the Sanskrit mantra or chant the English translation of it. It will help you, it will empower you to align with the ability of manifesting everything in your current reality and attracting all that you desire. So everything you desire is actually within you, it is within us. Our mind creates the blockage, our mind hinders, and the logic and all those things, they start making the blockages. So once you chant these high vibrational mantras, they actually bring you to in alignment and with the truth that everything that you require or you need or desire is actually within you. You just have to remove the obstacles and the doubt, self-doubts, and mindset of lack that you cannot achieve it, or you're not good enough. All of those things, just remove them and see how the real magic occurs. So next, let's see what is the divine guidance message for the Leos, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. We were just talking about mindset of abundance. What is happening with you, Leo? So anything that you, if you keep your focus on everything that you lack or you don't have, you will attract more lack. If you keep on thinking about your worries, you will attract more worries. So do not pay attention to the worries and anything that brings stress to you. Shift your focus to anything and everything that actually is good in your life. There must be something. You will have to start gratitude journaling, and that will increase all kind of abundance into your life, because it will shift your focus from everything which is not there to everything which is there. So mindset of abundance. This card reveals that you can increase the financial and emotional abundance to flow freely toward you by changing your mindset. Unblock your mind from financial constraints and emotional crisis by thinking less about what you lack and more about what you already have in abundance. The mindset of abundance will attract more abundance into your life. What did I say? Oh, I wrote them. So that's why I know them. By the way, they are available for orders. Yeah, you saw the intro. So affirmations are: I attract all good things into my life. I attract and live in financial and emotional abundance. Wealth and love flows to me in myriads of ways. I share my abundance and allow it to multiply for myself and for the community. I am grateful for all the financial, emotional and intellectual abundance that I already have in my life. I release all the blockages that are holding my abundance to naturally flow into my life. I am a magnet of abundance and my abundance is always increasing, so it shall be. So yeah, first get into the mindset of abundance. Everything you have, be grateful to it. Focus on everything that you have in abundance. Even if you're jobless, consider this is you have abundance of time, and what you can do with this time, it's entirely up to you. You're in quarantine, take this opportunity to grow, to learn, and to follow all those things, all your those dreams that you couldn't do, your hobbies, your art, or create something, so take the opportunity of everything that you currently have and mix them up and see what you come up with. It will bring more creativity and more abundance to you. And also, if you want to increase abundance into your life, you must help others, even through your intentions, even through your share the food or feed the birds, do the plantation, all of those things. Just help others and make a more holistic approach. Whatever you have in abundance, share it with others, those who do not have it, or who have who are actually suffering. So that will increase your abundance quite instantly. Now let's see what is the oracle message for you. There is no theme for this reading. Let's see, we will just draw the cards and we will see what is going to be the theme for Leos in the next 30 days, the first 4 weeks of retrograde. So let's see what you should be focusing on and where you are in your life, and if there are some challenges that you need to work on during this retrograde, what that will be. The temple path, man holding a coin, 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, blossoming abundance, and magician and the mirror. Oh, nice. So first card is temple path. This is the place inside of our conscious and subconscious mind. Like, it is the junction of that between mind and subconscious mind, that where we go during our meditations, where we go for our healing, when we do the hypnosis or do the guided meditations. This is the place where we go to. There is a pool of sacred water there, where we receive healing, from where we receive guidance directly from our higher self, where we meet our higher self, from where the mortal and the immortal meets and connects within us. This is that place. So go to your temple path, spend more time in meditation, and that will connect you to your higher self, and that will allow you to heal yourself and regain your power. The things that you have been forgetting about, or you have forgotten about, with all the hustle and bustle of life, you will remember. You will start remembering your soul's wisdom, what your soul is here for, what is it that it truly wants to achieve, what is it that it resonates with, all of that. So go to your temple path, spend some time, make a sacred place for yourself for meditation. If you have crystals, amazing, cleanse the aura and chakra, and just sit and meditate and chant the high vibrational mantras, and then just connect with the divine, or just chant anything that you want to chant. So that will connect you to your higher self, and that will bring you the healing, and that will complete the process of healing and connecting with your higher self. That is the temple path here. Next card is the man holding a coin. So if you are a masculine, then you are offering someone this opportunity to grow together, grow with you. But before that, you need to finish that, complete deep healing, and contemplating on it and raising your vibration by connecting with your higher self. So and if you are a feminine, then a masculine is coming your way. They are only limited because there is some work that you need to do, you need to achieve and learn and understand about yourself. And as soon as you would do that, spending some time in meditations, you will make room, or enable yourself to get this opportunity of growth. This could be business or career growth, this could be a marriage proposal, this could be something that has a longevity, and something that you can build something healthy and long lasting on. So it's some great opportunity. Either if you're a man, then you're going to offer it to somebody, you're thinking and contemplating on it. And if you're a feminine, then something is coming, somebody is coming your way. Center card is 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, and this was the second card. This was the center card for Gemini as well. So maybe you're connecting with Gemini, or you have strong Gemini in your chart. So this is a card of connecting. 7th chakra, actually crown chakra, connects us with the divine, the universe, the Almighty Lord. So this chakra coming here, this card coming here is suggesting that this is time for you to learn, gain deeper understanding of the Gospels, of your spirituality, giving it some time, spend more time. Again, this is also a card that is suggesting you to spend more and more time into meditation and connecting with the divine guidance, that the intuition that is coming your way, because this is your time to expand spiritually, and this is going to make, this will bring you to your more higher and more powerful state. And what I can see here is that, Leo, you are ready to activate your true potential and your most powerful state with some deeper healing, and gaining some deeper perspective is in order, which you need to do first. Next is blossoming abundance. So as soon as you will expand yourself spiritually and align yourself with the cosmic intelligence and cosmic law, and learn to understand, see everything in a bigger picture, the bigger picture of life, how the impact of the esoteric is on humans, and all those things, they all come into the 7th chakra, because here is the gospel. So gospels brought all kind of knowledge, all kind of divine knowledge to us. So gaining that knowledge and understanding it and expanding yourself spiritually will bring blossoming abundance to you. Blossoming abundance is saying that all the plants that you have been, all the seeds that you have been planting all your life, all the work that you have been doing, you will see the reward will be coming your way. Like, you have been doing a lot of good work already, but you probably haven't been watering them well, or you have been nurturing everyone in your surroundings, but you were not focusing on nurturing yourself. So either or, whatever you were not doing, once you will do that, learn to include yourself into the equation, or learn to bring others into the equation, then you will see the blossoming abundance. Just get into the mindset of abundance, because the blossoming of abundance is coming your way. So next card is Magician and the Mirror. Now this also came for Gemini reading. Magician and the Mirror is saying that anything that you want to manifest into your life, you just need to start manifesting it. You need to start taking the necessary action toward it. You need to, whatever your intentions are, real intentions and true intentions, just start mirroring them into your life, into your relationships, how you express yourself, how you speak your truth, all of that. Start portraying the image and the, everything that is inside of your head. Bring it onto the table. Show it to the people. That's how you will gain the balance of your emotions and your passion, and that is how you will actually manifest your dream reality. Just by balancing your emotions and passions all together. Do not ignore either of them. You need to balance them both, because the Magician and the Mirror has water and fire. Water represents our emotions and fire represents our passion. And if any of them go rogue, then trust me, they can go nasty and they can bring a disaster. So of course they can burn things down, or they can bring the tsunami. So you need to calm your emotions, keep them fulfilled. However if there is some disturbance in your emotions, then calm them through by sitting into temple path. And also follow your passion rather than suppressing it, because that can become very disastrous, or that can become very destructive. So don't do that. Just balance your emotional fulfillment and your passions together. Now I will draw some tarots to see what is the further message. So oracle is always what is happening on the soul level, and tarots define what you need to do on the ground level, on the physical plane, so that you can actually bring that message into your life. So first, underneath the temple path, let's see what you need to meditate on and what is it that needs your contemplation and deeper healing. Judgment. Can I please draw all the cards and then start explaining them to you? I'll do that. Thank you. Man holding a coin has 5 of cups. 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel, crown chakra. Let's see. 4 of cups. Blossoming abundance. 5 of swords. You've been nasty. You've been sad. You've been longing for someone. But your ego and pride has actually finally, for Magician and the Mirror. The Moon card. I think it flipped. And it was about to get flipped, but I didn't flip it, and then it came anyways. So the temple path came in pairing with the Judgment. This is saying that going to your temple path, spending time with yourself into the deeper contemplation, healing yourself thoroughly, completely and deeply on all levels will bring you to your awakening. Because Judgment is awakening. Judgment is the time when we resurrect from our death, right? So this will bring you from your sleeping state. It will awaken you, and you will get enlightened about things that you didn't know before. By your own soul's wisdom, your own soul will guide you toward it. So Leo, what you need to do is just sit and play some binaural beats or some third eye chakra healing frequencies, or any kind of frequency, maybe Tibetan singing bowl. So what they will do, they will awaken you and they will connect you with your soul's imprint, which will provide you your soul's guidance and will awaken you. So this is how your retrograde and lunar cycle is Oh, by the way, we have the full moon and there is the moon. Interesting. You're going to manifest something on this full moon. So next card with the man holding a coin is 5 of cups. So there you have been saddened and you have been feeling regretful for not offering this coin before, or not coming up with this, maybe you were non-committal before, maybe you were not fully there in a state where you can propose the person, and that's how things fell apart. But that has brought this kind of intense sadness to you, that your whole life is falling apart now, nothing can cheer you up. So this Five of Cups is saying that the sadness and regret is not just give me a second. Just have water and come back. Excuse me, guys. So you're choking, huh? You got me choking. Leo, what is happening? So you're so sad, but you're so unable to express how sad you are and how deeply regretful you are for not offering this commitment to this person before, because they apparently mean so much to you, that not having them in your life has brought you into a very sad state where you are gloomy, you're totally emotionally a wreck, and my cards are flying here and there. So yes, you're in a very emotionally unstable place because of how things went with your partner, with the person that you are truly meant to be, because there is Two of Cups and then there are Three of Cups. So maybe you were so absorbed by the past hurts that you did not pay attention to the true love, the soulmate that you had in your life, and now they're gone and you're sad, but now you're regaining your power and everything to actually offer them the commitment so that you two can meet together. Next is seventh chakra. You're longing and dreaming and not being able to doing something, staying in a stagnant place is actually an opportunity for you, because right now you're not doing anything, you're just daydreaming, you just want to be that one person who is not here. You are being offered with love, but you do not want to reach to it. You're just thinking and longing for the person that is not there, because that is what you're regretting. But take this time, rather than spending into daydreaming and everything, just healing yourself and connecting with the spirituality, with your own spirituality. This card is completely telling me again and again to raise your vibration. So if you need to raise your vibration instantly, I would say order this deck, raise your vibration, and it raises the vibration quite intensely. So raise your vibration during this time that you're longing and waiting and regaining, giving yourself time to heal so that you can actually reach to them and offer them this opportunity and this proposal. So just keep expanding yourself spiritually during this time. Stay in your temple path, I would say. Next is the blossoming abundance paired with Five of Swords. So you have been fighting, you have been putting up the petty fight, your ego is and your pride is not letting you actually take this abundance that is coming your way, or unlock this abundance before, because you have been hurt so much that you, rather than healing yourself or working or focusing on yourself which is hurting or suffering inside of you, you started letting your ego mind and your pride take on the sword and started unleashing the war with anyone who offers you healing or helping or perspective, because you never wanted to take a look on what is hurting inside of you. So for protecting yourself, your broken self, you started putting the fight, and that was your ego mind and that was your pride. But now you're feeling defeated. You do not want to fight anymore. You do not want to let your pride and ego destroy something that means so much to you, that can sadden you so much. So this is a major challenge that you are wrapping up, because there are 2 5s. So you just need to let go of this pride and ego. This is a facade of your broken self, that it is protecting itself through your angry self and your resentful self. So do not do that. This will not bring any good to you or the connection that you're dealing with, because mainly you're manifesting somebody into your life. With Magician and the Mirror and the full moon card, there is some shadow work that is required for you to do during this full moon, and you need to do that. And as you would do the shadow work, you will be manifesting this person and your dream reality. Everything that you ever wish for can be yours. Just do the shadow work. Let go of the pride. Let go of the procrastination. Let go of staying in the state of hurt, pain, and suffering. Call yourself out every time you choose to stay into pain and suffering. Just call yourself out and step out, because you are the manifester of your own reality. Blossoming abundance is coming your way. Open yourself to the knowledge of esoteric. Spend time into the temple path for healing yourself completely, so you can offer this great opportunity of love and growth and building a home with somebody. So this is your reading for next 30 days. I wish you all the very best. Take care.